Hello everyone, my name is Rhode. Today I'll show you how to preserve tomatoes. These tomatoes and peppers, I harvest them from my garden, and as you can see they are so pretty and so ripe that I really want to preserve them for the next year. For some of them, I'm going to keep the seeds because I really want to grow them for the next season. And the first step to preserve our tomatoes that are so pretty, as you can see, is to wash them pretty well. And for this process is so easy. I'll show you how to do it. You just need a bowl full of water, just like this one over here, and at least 1 tablespoon of baking soda. This is baking soda and half cup of vinegar. So I'm taking 1 tablespoon baking soda and half cup of vinegar. And we're going to rinse our tomatoes. We're gonna put them all here. And this is really easy and fast. Can put some peppers here as well because we're going to just rinse them for just a minute. As you can see, these tomatoes are completely clean, and I just rinse them with vinegar and baking soda, and then I rinse them with fresh water. So the next step for these ones is just to cut them in chunks so we can put them in the dehydrator. I'm gonna cut these like quarters, just like this. I'm gonna do this for these ones. The Roma tomatoes, look at this color, you guys. This is so pretty. You could sun dry these tomatoes, that's up to you, but I don't have a place to do that here, and that's why I'm using a dehydrator that I borrowed from a friend that he's an expert doing this process. So it's up to you if you want to sun dry them. It's okay, that will be the best process, but if you don't have the means to do that, it's okay. Just go ahead, do it in your oven, and if you want me to show you how to do it in your oven, just let me know in the comments below, and I will try to make another video showing you how to do it like that. Let's cut this in chunks, just like this. You don't want to cut them too finely because otherwise they won't have texture. They will dry up so fast, and I really don't like how they are like that. So I'm gonna make cuts with this thick, more or less like this, because if they are too fine, you will lose the texture, and I don't like that. They'll take a little longer to dry up, but if you leave them there overnight, you will get really amazing results. I grew these tomatoes myself, and they are really yummy. They are so good. They are so easy to grow. You just take the seeds, and usually what I do is that depending on the variety that I have, I take the seeds and I dry them up and classify them. I already have these seeds for the next harvest, but it is so satisfying and the reward is so good when you grow your own tomatoes. So these ones are organic, totally natural, and full of flavor, and so soft. The flesh is so soft and tender and so full of flavor. Really, they are so yummy. They are perfect snack for salads, for salsa, and even for sauce. I'll keep doing this with all the tomatoes, and once I'm done, I'll show you the next step. Okay, look at this beauty, you guys. Just take the stem out of your way. Look at this. This is so good, so sweet. Let's cut like this thick. It's gonna be perfect. And place them on a tray just like that. This beauty. This is another variety. It is called breakfast tomato. I'm just going to put them in a separate space. ones are sweet peppers, and I really want to keep some of these seeds for next season. What I'm gonna do is really easy. You just take the seeds out of the pepper. Be careful if it is spicy pepper. You don't want to use your very hands. You really want to use some gloves for this process. But these ones are sweet, so I'm just going to cut them like this and take the seeds out for my next season. Some of them, they just have 1 or 2 seeds. These are enough. Just let them dry and then store them up. Okay, you guys, this is pretty much the seasoning that we're using for the tomatoes. And I have over here some parsley. This is dry parsley, as you can see. You can add as much as you like. I think 1 tablespoon is good for each one. This is thyme, this is dry thyme, and this is so aromatic and so good. And I have here oregano. This is dry oregano. I have onion and garlic. This is powdered onion and powdered garlic. So here I have some basil. This is basil that is dry, completely dry, but we're also adding more basil at the end of the process. I'll show you step by step. And then I have here rosemary, and this is so aromatic as well, and it will give a really nice taste to our tomatoes. And I have here bay leaves and garlic that we are going to use with the basil at the end of the process. The main ingredient for the seasoning is kosher salt. You can use pretty much any salt that you have in your pantry. You could use pink salt or regular salt, it's okay, or sea salt, it's okay. Just go ahead and use whatever you have at hand. Make sure that all the tomatoes have at least a pinch of salt. So if you have a pile just like this, go ahead and go down and season them pretty well, okay? You don't need to add too much salt. Just a pinch is good, okay? Because you don't want them to be too salty. But this is part of the process, and to preserve them as well. These are ready, so let's go ahead and season them with parsley and the other condiments. It's up to you the seasoning that you want to add to your tomatoes. You can be creative and add whatever you like. Okay, so you could add Italian seasoning. This is the Italian way to do it, but I'm changing some of the ingredients. So go ahead and add whatever you have at hand, okay? So basil, thyme, parsley, oregano. This is the rosemary. Let's add some of that too. And I have here onion and garlic. Let's mix them up just like that. Sprinkle there as much as you like. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, go ahead, and now let's give them a toss a little bit. All the tomatoes that are at the bottom will be well seasoned. Okay, for example, you could do this. To season the other ones. First, let's add the salt. If you first add the salt, you can control the amount of salt you are adding to your tomatoes, okay? Let's add thyme. The rest of the parsley. Rest of the oregano. Rest of the basil. The rest of the onion and garlic powder. Give it a toss, just like this. Alright, this is perfect. Now is the moment to dehydrate these tomatoes. So the process for this is really easy. You just need to place your tomatoes, give them a space so they are not on top of each other. So give them space so the air can flow and dry them up. We're not adding any olive oil at this moment. You could, but they will last longer to dry up. If you want to classify them into different kinds, you could do that. I'm just going to put all of them together. I really love the colors, so I'm just keeping them all together. As you can see here, the instructions are over here. Fruits and vegetables, 135 Fahrenheit or 58 Celsius. So that is pretty much what we are going to do, and we're going to keep this overnight. Just plug it and leave it there overnight. I'm keeping all the juices of the tomatoes. This is the leftover. Please don't throw this away. This is so good and so healthy, so sweet. You could use it as a dressing, and I'll show you how to make it really quick and turn this into a dressing. Just put some pepper. And let's add 1/3 of a cup of vinegar and 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. And this is it, you guys. Just mix it well. Look at that. That is perfect for your salad as a dressing. And it will be preserved because of the salt and olive oil. Put it in a jar. We'll add a little bit more of vinegar. Let's add a little bit more of olive oil. In total, I've used 1/2 cup of vinegar and 1/2 cup of olive oil. Give it a shake. And look at this, you guys. This is so good and amazing. Okay everyone, these tomatoes, they have been dehydrating for the whole night, and pretty much more than 12 hours later they look like this. As you can see, they are all stuck here, but little by little try to take them out from the dehydrator. We're going to set them aside. I'm gonna take them out little by little, put them on a tray like this. So look at this, you guys. These little peppers here, some of them are ready, some of them are not. We are just going to take the ones that are totally dehydrated, just like these ones. If you see they have wrinkles like this, they are ready. If they look like this one, they are not ready. But you can use them anyways, okay? I'm gonna set them aside because not all of them will go with the tomatoes. You can do a jar only of peppers, and it's gonna be amazing. And look at these ones over here. These ones are the sweet peppers. They are totally dehydrated, so these ones are perfect. Okay guys, so I got these on Amazon. These are mason jars. What we need is to rinse them and to sterilize them so our veggies won't decompose over time. I think I could use 5. Let's see how it goes. If I need more, I'll do more. So what we need to do is boil water just like this. And we are going to put our jars in here. So upside down, place your jars. It's okay, they fall. I'm going to put more water. Okay, so let's put more water and boil them for at least 2 or 3 minutes. It's very important that you use room temperature water. Otherwise, if you use cold water, this can break. Let's boil these for at least 3 or 5 minutes. So our jars are ready. As you can see, they have been boiling for at least 5 minutes. So I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit because they are super hot right now. I don't want to take them out of the water just like this. I really want to let them over there to cool them off a little bit more. So after 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, I think they will be ready and we can then go to the next step. Okay, you guys, as you can see, we harvest already all the herbs we're going to add to our tomatoes, to our dried tomatoes. And I think this is too much. There are too many of them, but it's okay. We are just going to rinse them, and the process we're using is the same process that we used with the tomatoes. Okay, so we have here a bowl of water. I have 1.5 liters of fresh water. This is room temperature. So I'm just going to place here my herbs. This one is parsley. This is the Italian kind of parsley. So I have over here rosemary, as you can see, and we are going to leave them over there with a tablespoon of baking powder. Remember that we use baking powder every time we want to basically clean up our veggies. This is so natural and organic, and it won't add any other flavor to your herbs or vegetables. Okay, so let's add 1 tablespoon there, and then 1/2 cup of vinegar. Okay, this is it. This will help to eliminate some bugs or whatever you don't want to have in your herbs. So it's disinfecting your herbs, but at the same time you are rinsing them really well. So let's leave them there for at least 1 or 2 minutes, and then you just need to rinse this with fresh water. Okay everyone, as you can see, these herbs are ready to go. This basil is so aromatic. I love the aroma that these herbs will provide to our tomatoes. We're just going to dry them a little bit with paper towel, and this is pretty easy to do. Just squish them a little bit just to take off the excess water. Okay, so once this is done, these herbs are ready to go. Okay everyone, as you can see, these jars are ready. They are totally disinfected, and so now I need to dry them up a little bit and they will be ready to go. I also have over here some pepper. This is ground black pepper. This is chili pepper. So if you like it spicy, just go ahead and use these ones. I'm gonna add just a little bit to the spicy ones. I also have some garlic. This garlic, I'm going to dice them very finely. And then I have over here some bay leaves. So let's chop the garlic. Okay everyone, all the garlic is just ready. I peel them off. So basically what we're gonna do is to slice them very finely, just like this. Because I really like to keep the shape of the garlic, and it will look so amazing when we put them with the tomatoes in the jars. So you will see how beautiful they will look. So I'm just cutting them. So I'm making little slices just like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Try to do your best. Okay everyone, I'm using extra virgin oil. You could use extra virgin olive oil and vegetable oil. So both of them are good, but the flavor that the olive oil, especially the extra virgin one, is so good and amazing for this recipe and for all the preserves that we are doing. So go ahead and use whatever you have at hand. I'm gonna use this one. As you can see, these tomatoes, peppers, and these are sweet peppers, these are chili peppers, are totally ready. So now we just need to put them in the jars. I'm using only the leaves for the basil. So I'm going to add some basil leaves. Just push all the tomato down so you can put up as many as you can. Let's add some parsley. Okay, let's add some garlic. This is another way to do it. All the herbs at the bottom and then put the tomatoes on top. Let's add the sweet peppers and some of the spicy peppers there and the remaining tomatoes. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some ground pepper to each of these jars. Just half teaspoon of pepper. And these two are spicy, so let's add some more of this chili pepper. Now let's add the olive oil. If you like this video so far, give us a like and share this video with someone that would like to make this recipe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that way you help us to keep uploading more recipes for you. So now with a spoon, go ahead and push down so all the bubbles will come up. Make sure the jar is completely covered with the olive oil. So let's go ahead and do the same thing with all of this. Make sure that no space for air is there, because otherwise this will create bacteria and we don't want that. Okay, so fill them up with the olive oil and push down all the herbs and tomatoes. Let's do the same thing here. Remember that the more you leave this to rest, more flavorful will be. So we really want to use this at least 24-48 hours after this process is done. Remember that it's best if you let this rest for at least 24 or 48 hours before consuming them or open them again. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's close them up. So now we are going to seal these jars because we want to keep them for at least 1 year. If you want to keep these jars for up to 1 year, just go ahead and do the next process, that is putting them in boiling water and boiling them for at least 3 or 5 minutes. If you like this recipe, give us a like, and in the comment section below, tell us what other recipes would you like to see on our YouTube channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, because your recommendation could be the next recipe on this channel and you don't want to miss it. Stay connected with us, because I'm sure you will also like the video that is coming next. See you next time. God bless you. Bye bye.